Have you ever wondered what might be lurking behind the sun? Not metaphorically, literally. Something massive, ancient, and unseen. A planet, perhaps even a rogue world, orbiting in perfect synchrony with Earth, always hidden by the blinding glare of the sun. An object we've never seen, and perhaps never will. This is not just science fiction. This is a question that has haunted astronomers, philosophers, and theorists for centuries. Is there a planet behind the sun, permanently out of view, orbiting in opposition, hidden from every telescope and every satellite? This idea, strange as it may seem, is one of the oldest celestial theories never truly tested. Not because it couldn't be, but because we never quite dared to ask the right questions. Until now. Part 1. A shadow in orbit. The origins of a hypothesis. The concept of a hidden twine and anti-Earth, sometimes called counter-Earth, dates back over 2 millennia. In ancient Greece, the philosopher Philolaus proposed that Earth was not the center of the universe, but one of several celestial bodies orbiting a central fire, including an unseen mirrored twin, Antichthon. He had no telescope, no mathematics as we know it today, just a deep curiosity about the cosmos and the limits of perception. But what if his intuition wasn't entirely wrong? Fast forward to modern times, and the question has resurfaced. Could it be possible physically, astronomically, that another planet shares Earth's orbit, precisely 180 degrees opposite to us at all times? A perfect game of cosmic hide-and-seek? At first glance, it sounds absurd. And yet, the universe rarely conforms to our expectations. Part 2. The dance of orbits. Can it even work? Let us assume, just for a moment, that such a planet exists. There would need to be in what's called a one orbital resonance with Earth, meaning it orbits the sun at the same distance and the same speed as we do. This scenario presents a fascinating orbital ballet. The object would remain forever behind the sun from our perspective, hidden by 93 million miles of nuclear inferno. This isn't entirely theoretical. Lagrange points specifically, L3 are gravitationally stable regions where objects could theoretically maintain such a configuration. The L3 point lies directly opposite the Earth in its orbit around the sun, making it a potential location for such a hidden planet. Jupiter's pull warps the system's clockwork, causing chaos. These slight nudges add chaos to what seems like a perfect balance. A planet at L3 would not remain exactly behind the sun indefinitely. Over time, its orbit would drift. Eventually, we will see it. Unless it wasn't a normal planet at all. Part 3. The modern revival. Enter the AI simulations. In recent years, as AI and orbital mechanics software have become increasingly powerful, simulations have revealed some strange possibilities. Some models show that co-orbital companion subjects sharing orbits with planets can exist stably for tens of millions of years under the right conditions. These are not mere speculations. We've already discovered Trojan asteroids in Jupiter's orbit swarms of rocky bodies, clustered around its L4 and L5 Lagrange points. Even Earth has a known Trojan companion, 2010 TK7, a small asteroid orbiting near Earth's L4 point, 60 degrees ahead of us. So if a small asteroid can hide there, could something bigger hide at L3? Here's where the challenge deepens. We can't observe the L3 region directly from Earth. It's always blocked by the sun. Any attempt to peek behind the sun requires spacecraft placed at extreme vantage points, positions we've barely begun to explore. But perhaps, more intriguingly, if such a planet had no natural light, if it absorbed all electromagnetic radiation, or if it had a retroflective orbit that always canceled out our viewing angle, it could remain hidden. It might even be watching us. Part 4. What would this planet be like? Let's speculate responsibly. If a massive, Earth-sized, object existed on the far side of the Sun, what characteristics would it need to remain undetected? Mass and gravity. A planet the size of Earth would slightly tug on the Sun's position. We've tracked the Sun's wobble with high precision using radio telescopes. So far, no such anomaly has been conclusively detected. This suggests any hidden planet must either be much smaller, positioned in such a way that its gravitational influence is masked. Temperature and reflectivity. If it reflects light like Earth, it would be visible in infrared. Space telescopes like IRIS, WISE, and the James Webb Space Telescope have scanned most of the sky yet found nothing Earth-sized orbiting at our distance. However, an object with highly engineered stealth, imagine a Dyson sphere fragment, or artificial cloaking, could theoretically avoid detection. It's a bold suggestion, but not outside the scope of advanced extraterrestrial technology. Some theorists have gone further. What if this anti-Earth is not a natural world, but a habitat, constructed by an alien civilization, a silent observer sharing our orbit for reasons unknown? We enter speculative territory here, but not without precedent. The concept of co-orbital artificial satellites has been studied for decades in the context of extraterrestrial probes. The Bracewell probe theory, for instance, proposes that alien civilizations might leave robotic observers in stable orbits near habitable planets. If you were an alien civilization watching Earth discreetly, would you not place your instruments where we could never look? Part 5. The scientific pushback. Naturally, most astronomers remain skeptical. The absence of evidence, they argue, is evidence of absence, at least when it comes to Earth-sized bodies in our orbit. Several missions have attempted indirect detection by observing solar gravitational effects, infrared emissions, and sky parallax surveys. To date, none have confirmed such an object. Even so, absence of proof is now proof of absence, especially when dealing with regions perpetually obscured by the Sun. And while no mission has specifically targeted L3 with high-resolution, long-term monitoring, that may change soon. NASA and ESA are exploring deep space solar observation platforms that could, in theory, glimpse the other side of the Sun. Until then, the hypothesis remains untested, or, more accurately, untestable. Part 6. Hidden in plain sight. Ancient echoes and modern myths. Interestingly, the idea of a hidden Earth has long permeated ancient mythology and modern conspiracy. Some esoteric traditions speak of a mirror world, while certain New Age theories propose a shadow civilization that exists on the other side of the soon unseen counterpart to humanity. Of course, there is no empirical evidence for this, but myth and science often walk parallel paths. In the 1960s, science fiction writers reignited the concept, crafting stories about anti-Earths and duplicate planets, many of which eerily reflected our own geopolitical fears and identity crises. In 2011, the film Another Earth explored the emotional and philosophical implications of such a discovery. So while the hard science may not yet support a hidden planet, the psychological and cultural resonance of the idea is undeniable. We fear what we cannot see, and we're drawn to the possibility that we are not alone, even in our own orbit. Conclusion. The watcher behind the light. So, is there a planet behind the Sun? Probably not, but not certainly not. And therein lies the beauty of the question. The mystery of the hidden twin is not just about a celestial body. It's about the limits of our perception, the blind spots in our instruments, the shadows in our assumptions. We've mapped the stars, landed on the moon, and sent probes into interstellar space. But even now, in the year 2025, there remains a region of our own orbit that we've never truly seen. Perhaps it's empty, or perhaps something has been waiting there, watching, silent, patient, a relic of a forgotten time, or a sentinel from another, until the day we dare to send a probe directly to L3, or position a telescope far enough out of Earth's orbital plane. We may never know. The truth remains as always, just behind the sun. And maybe that's exactly where it wants to be.